name's K. Superfan K. Should I say the name's Miller? Hannibal Miller. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how this Bond thing is supposed to work, but if you think that's corny, you haven't even seen me review the movie yet. I'm probably going to be an over-emotional, insufferable wreck during that movie review when this movie comes out next year, because it is the last Daniel Craig Bond. It's the end of an era, so to speak. So I'm going to have a full suit and jacket, and I'm going to have the shades, and I'm going to be saying corny-ass shit like that, so you better get used to it, because this is the least corny version of what I could be in the future. Obviously, guys, the 25th Bond movie is coming out, I believe, in April next year, and we finally got a new trailer for it. It's called No Time to Die. Released earlier today, and of course I'm a huge Bond fan, so I have to talk about it, and I'm very excited for No Time to Die. I was excited coming into this trailer. I'm even more excited coming out of this trailer. It's one of those trailers that I had to watch like 15 times before I was 100% convinced that I was obsessed. Like, I watched it the first time and I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, wow, that was awesome. I need to watch it again. You know, just to get more information the second time around. And 15 watches later, I'm just kind of sitting here like, you know what? I could probably afford to watch this trailer for the rest of the day. I don't have to work. Yeah, why not? For anybody that doesn't know, James Bond is actually my favorite all-time character. Like, if we're excluding comic books, like if we're not counting superheroes, obviously Superman is my guy. If we're not talking comic books, there is no character in the history of cinema and the history of pop culture that has had a more profound impact on me and my fandom and my life than James fucking Bond. Been a diehard fan since I was 6 years old. I've seen all of the Bond movies over and over and over and over again. Daniel Craig is definitely one of my all-time favorite Bonds, so it is going to be bittersweet seeing his era come to an end. And coming out of this trailer, it looks like it's going to go out with a bang. Obviously, the action set pieces are going to look amazing, and the visuals are going to look stunning. I mean, there are some beautiful wide takes that you see in this trailer. It's no surprise that the movie visually is going to look good, because I believe the same cinematographer who is working on this movie also did the cinematography for Damien Chazelle's La La Land and First Man. I don't care what you think about La La Land. I don't care how you feel about First Man. You cannot deny that visually speaking, those movies were the tits. I feel like it's inevitable that we count down to April, and when this movie comes out and I review it, I'm probably going to be saying that it's omelet titties, especially based off what we see in this trailer. Obviously, we don't need to spend a ton of time talking about the action and the visuals, because it looks awesome, it looks badass, it looks like your standard issue James Bond action shit. But the things I was most interested in coming into this movie was surrounding the plotting and the characters. Now, we know that there's a black woman in this movie who is played by Lakeisha. I don't remember her name. I apologize to the actress. You guys have seen her in Captain Marvel. She played Brie Larson's friend in that movie, and in this, I'm just gonna call her LL since I can't remember her name. Point is, we heard that she was confirmed a while back, and we knew that she was also being confirmed potentially as the new 007. Internet went crazy over this. There was a lot of people upset about it. I knew exactly what they were doing, though. They were using the plot from previous movies to inform the story and the characters of this one. Keep in mind, Spectre was back in 2015. Bond has been retired for a while now. There has to be another 00 if Bond is retired, right? So no, she's not the new James Bond. She's not replacing his character. She's not taking over his shine. James Bond is still the main character in the movie. She's playing her own character, and based on her interactions with Bond, it looks like she's been a 00 for a couple of years. I like the fact that their dynamic is a little bit antagonistic. Like, yeah, sure, they'll probably end up working together during the course of the movie, but they also probably will be rivals, and I think that that's an interesting dynamic to throw into their relationship. If she kills it in this movie, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing a spin-off of a black super spy. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Rooting for her. I hope she does well in the movie, but obviously this is a Bond story first and foremost. The other thing I was interested in coming into this movie was the relationship between Bond and Swan, the woman that he fell in love with in the last movie. I'll be honest, in Spectre, I didn't really buy their relationship all that much. I didn't buy the fact that Bond would willingly give up everything just to go be with this woman. And based on the first scene of the trailer, it looks like Bond is kind of paranoid about her at this point. He's accusing her of having secrets that they haven't discovered yet. Even his conversation with Blofeld later on in the trailer, which, by the way, Christoph Waltz looks disgusting and creepy, which is exactly how Blofeld should look. Even he implies that she has some kind of secret that's gonna break Bond, or it's gonna break him and bring him to the verge of death or something like that. Visually, it just reminded me a lot of that scene from Skyfall where Bond and M go to visit Silva in the underground prison lair. The point is, it definitely seems like she has some secrets. She has some stuff that she hasn't shared with Bond, and there seems to be, again, more of an antagonistic element to their relationship this time around. I think this is interesting. I think it's interesting to find out what kind of secrets she has. I definitely don't want it to be a cliche of, oh, she's working for the bad guys this whole time. I feel like we've already done that with Vesper, and I feel feel like that would be kind of a rehash at this point, but it would be interesting if Bond's paranoia over the situation with Vesper is informing and manipulating his relationship with her this time. I find that a fascinating angle for a guy that thought that he finally found love, and it makes sense for a guy as paranoid as Bond who has had serious trust issues since then. Another thing is Ana de Armas in this trailer. I mean, can we just, I don't usually do this. I don't usually stop the video so that we can thirst after some gorgeous woman. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit. I've probably done that about a few thousand times since I started this channel, but look at Ana de Armas. Like, just look at her in this trailer. She is art. Let's just stop the video review for just a few minutes and just look at her. Just look at her and marvel. Just breathe it in. Breathe it in. That's not fear. That's sex. I thought it was gonna be like a smaller supporting role, but you look at her in this trailer and she's kicking ass. She's firing guns and she's jumping and she's kicking somebody in the chest, and I'm like, holy shit, Ana de Armas is kicking ass in this movie? Maybe she has a bigger role than I thought. Definitely seems like we're gonna be seeing a fight scene between her and the new 00. Not only is she gorgeous, but she's gonna be kicking ass in the movie. Oh yeah, sign me up for all of that. But the biggest component I was interested in for this trailer was the villain. Rami Malek is playing the villain. I don't know anything about him other than he's some kind of eco-terrorist. Based on this trailer, he is going to look creepy as fuck, because the first thing I saw when I saw him with that mask and he's walking over the ice, I was just like, what happened to your face? It's just a cliche at this point. If somebody has a messed up face in a Bond movie, they're more than likely going to be a completely evil human being with no remorse whatsoever for their actions. He looks creepy, and I like the interrogation scene where he's talking to Bond about how Bond's skills are going to erode once he's dead, but my skills will live on long past my death. Interesting sentence that could mean a bunch of different things. I have no idea what this technology is that he's getting a hold of in this movie that's supposed to pose some kind of threat to the world. A couple of things with his villain I wanted to see. I wanted to see if he could intimidate with his voice, and wanted to see if he was creepy. I wanted to see if he was menacing enough, and I wanted to be kept in the dark about his motivations and his intentions, and I got all of that in this trailer. Hoping that the actual movie measures up to how great this trailer looks. I'm really excited. Guys, tell me what's your favorite element of the new trailer, and tell me how excited you are for the new Bond movie. Put that in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.